How are we, lads? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia, and welcome to the NRL Round 17 tips for the 2024 NRL season. Another big round of footy ahead, man. Obviously, um, State of Origin is tomorrow, but we need to look forward to the round ahead. We need to get the tipping. We need to get the tips out of the way, and we need to reveal who we're picking this weekend. And it can be a little bit difficult with Origin players named in the reserves and not knowing if Origin players are going to back up for their respected NRL clubs until probably 24 hours until that game. So it makes some of the games very hard to tip. Hello to the live chat as always. I hope everybody is good. Hello to York, Josh, Luke. Hello to Michael. Hello to SS Storm fan. Hello to everyone that's watching. William Pearson, Liam Pritchard. Hello to Charlie. Hello to everyone that is in the live chat and everyone that's watching this video back as a video. Hello to Will. Hello to everybody. Man, I've had a good look at the upcoming games this weekend, and I'm telling you, I reckon there's probably I reckon there's 5 games that are extremely difficult to pick. There's probably 1 or 2 that are fairly straightforward and you know who you're going to pick, but goodness me, difficult round ahead. So we'll see if we can get them all right. We haven't got a perfect round yet this year, but that's about to change. But of course, guys, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like the live stream, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day or night to watch the round 17 tips. I really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's begin. Let's get into it. Let's get into the tips. And it all begins Friday night footy. Just the one game. Friday night, 8 o'clock from Accor Stadium in Sydney. It is the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs up against the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks. The Sharks are the favourites here at $1.60, and the Bulldogs are outsiders at $2.40. What a game. Honestly, you got the Sharks in third against the Bulldogs in 6. Should be a hell of a game, this one, man. Really don't know which way to go. The Bulldogs have not lost a game at Accor Stadium this season. They are undefeated at home, which is a really, really good thing for them. And it's a good effort. It's a really good effort to be undefeated at home going into round 17. As for the Sharks have been great most of the season. Makes it a tough game to call, man. I don't know what kind of crowd they're going to get on Friday night, but with how both teams are currently going and how the Bulldogs have got a huge fan base, and we know the Sharks, they do get criticised for their lack of fans. I reckon they should honestly go to this game. Like, if you're a Sharks supporter, get on the train, get to Accor. This is going to be a really good game on Friday night. Tough to pick. I'm just going to go the Sharks. Absolutely no confidence. I think the Sharks can get it done. I just think their forward pack and their bench is going to be the difference. The Bulldogs are capable of winning, but they have to lose at home at some point, and I just feel like the Sharks' forward pack and their bench will be enough to get them over the line. So I'm going to go the Sharks by 4. I'm going to go the Sharks 20 points to 16. And first try scorer, I'm going to go with Sia Fatalikai in his 100th NRL game. I reckon he might score the first try. Sharks to beat the Bulldogs by 4 on Friday night. Moving on to Super Saturday, and we have 3 games on Saturday to look forward to. And this first one, well, like I said at the start of the video, a really hard game to call, man. We got the Warriors and the Broncos, 3 o'clock at Go Media Stadium. Obviously, 5 o'clock if you live in New Zealand and you're going to the game and whatnot. Broncos are the favourites here, which I'm a little bit surprised about. $1.60. Warriors, $2.30. You'd think with Sean Johnson being ruled out and the Broncos naming Carrigan, Haas, Walsh in the reserves, you'd think the odds would be like $1.90 each. You think that'd be pretty even, but Broncos are going as favourites. And the Broncos have lost 3 in a row. It's crazy to say. Warriors go back to their old halves pairing of Harris Tavita and Tomato Martin. Broncos, they really need their origin players to back up for this game. And I'm telling you now, we won't even know if I'll back up till probably Thursday or Friday. So we actually have no idea. It makes it really hard to call. But the Warriors were beaten by 60 last week, and they're back at home. I think they're going to want to respond, and I think they have to respond. So I'm going to tip the Warriors to beat the Broncos on Saturday afternoon. I don't really have any confidence in this tip. It's a 50-50 game. I'll take the Warriors by 8. I'll go 22 points to 14. I think the Broncos really lack points without Walsh, and Ezra Mam's form has been a little bit down. I'll go the Warriors by 8, 22 to 14. First try scorer. Honestly, it could be anybody, but I'm going to go a little bit of a roughing. I'm going to go Adam Fanua-Blake as the first try scorer. Warriors by 8, but with absolutely no confidence at all. Moving on to the middle game of Super Saturday, the 5:30 game from McDonald Jones Stadium in Newcastle. It is the Knights versus the Eels. Both teams are $1.90 on the odds, and I must admit, Newcastle, they are finally going to debut Will Price, who's a very good young 5'8". I'm really glad Will Price is named at 5'8". I think he'll do a fantastic job. As for Parramatta, Mitchell Moses expected to bounce back up from Origin. I do like Newcastle's team this week. I think it's a lot better than previous weeks, but a funny stat. The last 2 weeks, right, the teams that have been last on the ladder have actually won. So the Gold Coast were last. They won. The West Tigers were last. Then they won to get off the bottom of the ladder. So it's a really difficult game to call. Funny enough, the team that's been last the last 2 weeks has ended the round off the bottom of the ladder. So quite interesting. And obviously it is a rematch from the 2001 grand final here, Newcastle and Parramatta. I don't know who to pick. I genuinely don't know which way to go here. I find this game one of the more tougher ones to pick of the round. I'm going to tip. I'm going to go Parramatta. I think, look, on paper, Parramatta have a better team, but obviously teams on paper that don't mean anything until you get out there. I'm going to take Parramatta. Parramatta to win. We'll go Parramatta by 8 points with zero confidence. I'll go 28 points to 20. And first try scorer, we'll go with Clint Gutherson at fullback. Gutherson to score the first try. Eels to win with zero confidence, to be honest. Moving on to the Saturday night game, the main game Saturday night. We've got the Melbourne Storm up against the Canberra Raiders from Amy Park down there in Melbourne. Melbourne are the favourites, obviously, at $1.15. The Raiders at $5.30. Now, the Raiders have won 5 of their last 6 in Melbourne. Obviously, last year they got beat like 48-2 or whatever the score was. Canberra do have a very good record down there in Melbourne. They can knock them off, but will they knock them off is the question. Now, for the Storm, business as usual. They just seem to be going about it, winning games. Whether they be ugly or not, they just seem to keep winning games. I expect the Raiders to be a lot better this week. Like you would think the Raiders will show something, but you can't go against the Storm. Not at the moment, not with the way they're playing. I'm going to take the Melbourne Storm here by 18 points. I'll go a scoreline of Melbourne 32, Canberra 14. And I just got to go to the chat here. We just got a bad comment there. We're not going to deal with that. Not going to get into that crap. Yeah, Melbourne by 18. We'll go 32 points to 14. First try scorer will go. Let's actually go with the Raiders to score first. I'm going to go with Matt Tomoko to score the first try, but Melbourne win by 18, 32 points to 14 there on Saturday night. Moving on to Sunday, lads. Sunday afternoon football, the early Sunday game at 2 o'clock from Nostrada Jubilee Stadium. Beautiful Cogra, one of the great rugby league suburban grounds. Dragons and Dolphins. This is tough. This is actually a really hard game to call, man. Obviously, looking at the odds, the Dolphins are favourites by 10 cents. Dolphins $1.85. The Dragons $1.95. I think this game will be the most high scoring of the entire weekend. I think this will be a very entertaining game, and I am really looking forward to it. I won't see much of it because I'll be at Penrith, but Dragons Dolphins, this is going to be good. I think this will be a really good game to watch. Dolphins don't give in. They've been fighting hard and they've been winning games. And yes, they were beaten last week, but the Dolphins don't give in. And the Dolphins won their first game in Sydney 2 weeks ago against Cronulla. Can the Dolphins win in Sydney again? I think they can. And I'm going to tip the Dolphins to win this game. I'm going to go the Dolphins by 2 points. We're going to go the Dolphins to win. Let's go 30 points to 28. A 2-point win for the Finns. First try scorer. We'll go a little bit safe here. We'll go Jermaine Asako as the first try scorer. Dolphins to beat the Dragons. But again, a bit like some of the other 50-50 games, not with really any confidence. All right, moving on to the Sunday game, 4 o'clock from Penrith. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be at this game. I will be in Penrith on Sunday for the Panthers versus Cowboys game. Come on, you Cowboys. Again, a bit like the Roosters game a couple of weeks ago, nobody has given us a chance. Nobody expects us to win. So the underdog mentality is there once again. Now, the Cowboys have named all their Origin players to be in the reserves. So we won't even know if all the Origin players will back up for the Cowboys until probably Saturday, which might annoy people with Supercoach and multis and whatnot. Panthers are favourite though. Panthers look $1.25 for the Panthers. Cowboys at $4. I understand it. Like I get it. I know why. I know why the odds are what they are. It's in Penrith. They are the 3-time reigning champions. They are the juggernaut team of the comp. You got to go through Penrith if you want to do anything in this competition. But look, as a Cowboy supporter, I think the way we played against them last time, I think we're a much better team than what we were back in round 8. And if the boys believe, which I'm sure they do, I think there is every chance that we can go to Penrith and we can cause an upset. We've seen teams push Penrith this season and we've seen teams beat Penrith this season. Manly nearly beat them twice. Manly nearly beat them a couple of weeks ago out at Penrith after Origin when the players backed up and whatever. So go the Cowboys. Cowboys to win. I'm going to go with scoreline of Cowboys by 6, 26 points to 20. And first try score, I'm going to go with the young back rower, damaging back rower, Hillam Lukey as the first try scorer. Go the Cowboys. I'll be there Sunday, and there will be a vlog as always. And final game, Roosters versus Tigers, Sunday night, 6:15 from Allianz Stadium. Roosters $1.20 favourites, and the West Tigers are at $4.40. Tigers have won their last 2, and it's good to see the West Tigers showing some fight, but this is another challenge. This is going to be a tough challenge for them. Roosters had a pretty good win over the Dogs last week. Could have been better, but in those rainy, shitty conditions, they did what they had to do, and they got it done. I believe there's a milestone for James Tedesco. It might be his 200th game. I'm just double-checking. I did read that earlier. Tedesco's got a milestone of some sort. It might be his 200th game. There is a milestone for Tedesco of some sort. I'm going to go the Roosters to win this game. I think they'll be way too good. For the Tigers, I think it might be a little bit of a high-scoring game, but Roosters to win, 36 points to 16. Fairly high-scoring game. I reckon James Tedesco as the first try scorer in his milestone game against his old team, the West Tigers. Tedesco 250. There you go. I knew it was a milestone of something. Yeah, Roosters to win, 36-16, Tedesco, man of the match. All right, so we'll just go through the tips again real quick, folks, and then we'll wrap it up here. So our Bulldogs Sharks, we're going to go Cronulla to win that 1-12. Warriors Broncos, Warriors 1-12, but with no real confidence. Eels to beat the Knights 1-12. That's another tough game to call. Melbourne to beat the Raiders 13+. Melbourne should win that, but expect Canberra to show some sort of response. Dragons, Dolphins, another real 50-50 game. I'm going to go the Dolphins there, 1-12. Cowboys to go to Penrith and ambush them, 1-12, obviously. And the Roosters to beat the West Tigers, 13+. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up the tipping video. I appreciate you all for tuning in. I did see a donation that I'm going to get to quickly before I wrap it up. Where's his donation that I saw? Michael Driver with the donation. Hopefully New South Wales Blues win tomorrow night. I hope so, Michael. Thank you very much for the $8 super chat. Really appreciate that, my man. But yeah, they're the tips, guys. Thanks for watching. If you watch this video as a live stream, thank you to the live chat. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching it back as just a regular tipping video, then let me know who you're tipping in the comments section down below. I look forward to reading everyone's tips. So good luck this weekend. If you're a Penrith fan, I hope you lose. Go the Cowboys. I'll be in Penrith on Sunday for that game. Bring it on. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Cowboys 13+.